Hi all. So this is gonna be an update on the Elijah story, ideom from the Bible, in which Elijah was raptured and Elisha was left behind, but he got a double amount of spirit, so he did double the amount of miracles and all these sort of things. So it's a story about the rapture, but it's also about a story about the hope for those left behind. So this is a view of the moon nearing the water bearer. So what I did, I looked at every date on which the moon actually passes this string of stars, which is representing the Jordan, the water coming from the bucket of the water bearer. This precise view is from Jerusalem on the 17th of March. So let's go to the Excel, and so the water bearer actually, I put all the dates that it passed, moon passed it since the beginning, since the Independence Day of Israel, when Israel turned 77. And why this is significant, I'll do a quick recap in a moment. So counting from there, it has actually passed 12 times, one full year when we reach the 17th of March. So that would be an Adar moment. That's interesting. And our night watch started on the 21st of September. So if we start the count from there, then this would be the first one, and then that would be the 7th one. And the 20th of March, as we know from my previous video, is the equinox. And why is this 7 significant? Well, 7 is very significant, as we all know, but also in 2 Kings 9, Naaman the Assyrian had to submerge himself in Jordan 7 times to be cured of leprosy. So the moon is dousing in the Jordan. That's interesting. So quick recap on the story itself. There's actually 4 cities in which they stop. The first is Gilgal, and there's no update really on that, but recap on that the Gilgal means a wheel, and this is the wheel of the year in which the months go by without anything changing that much. It just the pattern repeats itself, although we know it's always going forward towards a year in which something significant will happen. And when Jacob saw the dream of the ladder between the earth and the sky, the portal to heaven, the gateway to heaven, and he renamed that place to Bethel, and the place of that the name of that place was Luz before, which means almonds. Jacob was 77. I have multiple videos on this, going through all the passages, so you can look them up or let me know in the comments, and I can do a recap on that one. And yeah, the name of the place was Luz, so almonds in the beginning, before, and I have multiple videos on that one as well. But that I haven't changed this interpretation. So quick recap is that almonds bloom in Jan-Feb in Jerusalem, and based on hold on, let me see if I can, John 4, when Jesus for the first time let anyone know that he's the Messiah, was the Samaritan woman on the well. And in this John 4, he's also saying that, so Jesus is saying, "Say not ye that there are 4 months, and then cometh harvest? Behold, I say unto you, lift up your eyes and look on the fields, for they are white already to harvest. And he's talking about the end times during this first time he reveals to someone that he is the Messiah. So the firsts and the lasts are always very significant. So counting back from that, the 4 months would actually take us to October. So here we have the October in here, October, November, and I don't know about you guys, but I mean there was a lot of harvest on here, and well, every month since then as well. So yeah, and then the next step then after, because this is like going on and on and on, then we come to a significant Hebrew year. So not I originally thought 2025, but we actually have the Hebrew year, which is only now ending into the equinox on the 20th of March, or it could be that it ends on the birthday of Israel. We'll see. But then the next thing we want to think about is the month, and that's then in this Elijah story, it's the Jericho. Earlier, and this is the big change, I thought, because this means the city of the moon, and I was thinking it's of course the first moon, and that's the Nissan. But as from my previous video I went through, it's actually originally the first month was Betula, Virgo, the last month Leo, Arye. So the first month was actually the beginning of our watch. That's the Betula, that's the Virgo, and where perhaps then we should start the count from there. And in the story, the last place Elijah and Elisha come to is Jordan. Elijah hits the water with the rod and it parts, and they walk around a bit, and then Elijah is raptured and Elisha takes his mantle. So we don't know the precise date or day or time of the rapture, but they walk around a bit after the Jordan. So now I'm wrapping it up 7 times. 7th time is the 17th of March. 20th is the equinox. There's 3 days in between. Maybe that's it. Or, well, the 14th of April then is the 8th time. So yeah. And one last thing I want to show is this. So the 17th of March is the 3rd day of Pisces. So the 3rd day of Adar in that sense. And the 28th of Adar, Purim, would be here. So here is where we pass the water bearer for the 7th time, and here is the Purim, and of course here is the 16th and 17th. It's actually 17th is the last day of the Gregorian March. And if we move further, then it was the 14th of April that the moon passes the water bearer for the 8th time. So 14th of April just coincidentally happens to be the exact day on which the constellation changes into Aries, and that's the first day of Aries, so it kind of matches as well. Alright, Thank you.